house is like across the street from the beach, so it's a Terramar. It's like where the stairs you can walk down. There's like a nice little break, and then south there's like, more of a shortboard style break, faster break, and then there's like Tamarack. A lot of surfers go down there. So yeah, there's some good surf. I mean, people still go up and down the coast, of course, but.
So I take it you're a surfer.
Yeah, I was. Can't surf up here, too cold. I wanted to do naturopathic medicine. So I like moved up here to get adjusted, and then I decided I want to try to be an MD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now how we doing?
Good, I think.
Does it sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What concern do you have, please?
I don't have any, unless it's like, does it look good to you? Just be like, I'm missing something, I don't even know what I'm missing.
Talent looks lovely, I'm just checking here. Have you pulled the tight focus? Go in as tight as you can, turn off, use this please, go in as tight as you can, and then we'll go to a manual focus. Are you on automatic or manual?
Manual.
Okay, so then pull here, as tightly zoomed as you can possibly be, and then use this to get the exact focus that you want.
When we're on a normal frame?
As zoomed in as you can.
Oh, okay.
That's when you get your tightest look at the
I see.
focus. You're an Oregon resident now, or?
Yeah. I've been here for like 2.5 years. Yeah. So
Okay,
it's nice.
Any chance you retain your California? Could you pretend to still be a California?
I wanted to. I lost my license right when I moved here. But yeah, people are saying it's way harder to pretend I'm Californian than I thought it would be.
Yeah, because there's a lot more medical schools in California.
I know.
And just a different range. We have OHSU and...
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I want to be a DO. I know there's like a new one in Lebanon that opened up.
Doctor...
Osteopath, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
What about... Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What about going to be a PA?
I know. I thought about that. Yeah, I'm mostly doing it because I wanna do alternative psychiatry. So it's hard. I just don't want to be regulated if I spread out or if I move states or something. Because naturopaths here, they just like pay $800 to the DEA and they can prescribe whatever they want. Not that they would, but I want to have all that knowledge so that I can go from both worlds. So I'm aiming for MD, but yeah, PA. It's just they make you have so many hours of experience before you apply. And it's so hard to get experience when you don't have any kind of a license. So I should have been a nurse. I should have just tried to, they don't tell you to do it that way, but I feel like it'd be easier to work your way up that way. I mean, I could have been a nurse practitioner a long time ago. I don't feel like it's as hard, but I didn't.
Yeah, the nurse practitioner or the PA,
Yeah.
Pacific University has a PA program.
Really?
And the quality of their life is better.
So much better, yeah. I know. I've been thinking about it.
So why would you want to be a physician?
To like be able to know everything about medication.
Do me a favor, start the sentence. I would really like to be a physician because...
I'd really like to be a physician because I'd like to have good knowledge of the Western medicine, of Western medicine.
Okay, do it again, say it, look at me.
I'd like to be a physician because I'd like to have knowledge, a good amount of knowledge about Western medicine.
Do you want to practice medicine? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Well, I wanted to be a lobbyist a while back for like alternative health. But it's one of those things where I don't know. I come from a family of artists and art dealers, and I don't really know of what's out there, So I kind of at one point I want to open a clinic for like dual diagnosis patients, and I want it to be all inclusive in terms of like nutrition, detoxing, everything like that, including medication, and using outside medications or off-label prescriptions that no one wants to write, But I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to do, I guess.
So tell me, where'd you go to school and what'd you study?
I studied, I first went to community college right out of high school at Maricosta in Oceanside, and then I transferred to Berkeley as a math major. And then I switched my major quickly from applied math to public health. And then I graduated from my BA in about 2 years. Then I moved over here right after I graduated and started a few science classes at PCC. And then now I'm taking more classes at PSU.
So what was the best thing? What was the best thing about Berkeley?
About Berkeley? I don't know what word to say. Like the aesthetics? I don't know. The feeling, I guess, the feeling I have there. I always think of things in terms of feelings, but I mean, probably like the, friends I made, and being somewhere different. I guess that was probably, a refreshing difference.
People don't know what it's like at Berkeley. I do.
What it's like at Berkeley?
What was it like I don't know what it's like now for a current undergraduate.
Oh yeah, I mean, for me it was easier coming in with knowing a lot more than I would say someone who was coming in as a freshman. So I already had a lot of classes done, and I didn't have to struggle to like learn everything on my own. Like I was pretty good at washing my laundry and doing all that kind of stuff. That's harder for some kids, I think, when they first get there. But I guess it was normal college life. I mean, I studied. I studied a lot. Sometimes I studied a little. Sometimes I barely went to class, depending on the class. And then I got involved in Students for Liberty, which was definitely probably my biggest highlight,
What's that?
It is a libertarian group it's like the Students for Liberty is like the charter, I guess, but it's basically for young libertarian students on campus. You don't have to be libertarian, you can just be liberty loving, but yeah.
So what does that mean to you, the libertarianism?
Libertarianism? Well, the chance to be free, hopefully. To me, it means like conservative fiscally and trying to retain what government was, but not being conservative in terms of social issues. So I want people to be free unless it's on their property or harming others or things like that. I mostly got into it for health issues, when you find out, like here in Oregon, I can't drink raw milk. It's positively asinine, idiotic. But for small issues like that I can see progressing, things that I wouldn't want done to me or forced upon me or forced upon my children. I don't want to be like how Denmark was and have to pay $15,000 a year for your kid to have health or go to childcare. So I have to work and I can't watch my children, things like that, But as informed I am in politics, not so much, I try to stay afloat, but it's hard.
How did you do? Berkeley is a rather liberal place.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, there's certain things I like, right? So I don't like, I would say I'm not liberal, but I am liberal in the sense, I like when you go to a liberal place, like say like for Portland, right? Portland's liberal. The arts are usually overwhelmingly amazing, like in anything, the food, the atmosphere, the culture, and I love that. Growing up from a family of music and artists, like it's really nice to be around that and have creative things. And in terms of health, which I cared about the most, I was able to eat gluten-free foods. People know what it is, or people know about GMOs or things like that. And so that really interests me. But in terms of liberalness, like, you know, the push for atheism, or maybe I would almost say the hatred for religion, or the my teacher bragged about giving 32 abortions to a woman, how great it was, you know, and having 800 kids in a class thinking that it's fine and yelling at the opposing argument, which in my eyes was quite logical in terms of he didn't really have too many fallacies compared to the guy who was preaching the other side. But yeah, that was different. That was definitely. But I like those challenges. I like to be around opposing views, or else I would be, you know, brainwashed and stuck. I guess.
Do you enjoy intellectual arguments and such?
Yeah, I do when my brain's working.
What do you mean?
Like when I can focus, I do. Yeah. I mean, I usually do. I think when I'm speaking to someone and I'm comfortable enough, or I'm comfortable, like I'm passionate enough about the issue, I think it's pretty easy for me to relate my information, and I really like it. And I feel like I get a lot out of it, you know, but yeah. So I do like verbal verbal arguments, or, you know, discussions.
Right.
Like written or something like that. That would be
No,
more
going back to the
difficult.
brain works thing. What are you talking about?
Oh, my brain works. Yeah, sometimes I just feel like I get foggy, like really foggy. Uh, like today I was working at the clinic, or I'm shadowing for the first time. And then there hit a point where I'm like, you know, for me, I like to think biologically, like, okay, maybe I'm low blood sugar. I didn't feel like eating this morning, probably because I was nervous, you know. Maybe it's kicking in, but now I can't concentrate. And then I kind of freeze for a second, and I'm thinking, if I have to fill out this form, and there's like so many forms, I don't know if I can fill it out. You know, like I hope I can do it. Like I know I probably would, but I think it's probably speed. I hope I can do things in time. I hope I can do them in the acceptable amount of time that people do things in. You know?
Here's some other examples of the kinds of the fogginess. Go back to that. What do you mean?
Sometimes my vision starts to blur. So I mean, I use my vision as a pretty good indicator for a lot of things. Like I could have a sip of alcohol and my vision kind of feels wobbly to me. But that same feeling, if like, if I'm, if I took, like if something was in my system and I could feel it, or if it is like if I get foggy, so all of a sudden it's like I can't see as well, or I'm gonna zone out the wall. I'm gonna like not look into space per se, but it's like I literally can't even focus in with my eyes almost, you know. I mean, my vision is fine. I mean, I wear contacts, but it's not an actual vision problem. And then to follow, I guess I get a tiredness, you know, like a yeah, like tired, but then trying to figure out how to rev it up and try to